and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ginny Mae, the Intergalactic Supreme Goddess of Guest Service, and today I would love to talk about how to create a great culture and team spirit at work. There's just some simple things that we can do at work in order to create some really great team spirit and a really good culture, and the goal is that we have a really fun time when we're at work. If you're full-time, you spend a lot of time at work, so why not try to create a place where you really like to come? And I'm just gonna list some different things today of simple things that we can do to create this. First of all, if you're the first person into the restaurant when the restaurant opens, I can highly recommend to come a little bit early. Start that coffee machine up. Maybe you get a free coffee from your work, or maybe there's some other type of beverage, and take control of your restaurant. It's kind of like if you spend a lot of time there, it's your second place to hang out. So why not make it a nice place for you? Get everything ready. If you had kind of a crappy day before you came into work, you know what? Really check your energy at the door. When you come in, fake it till you make it. And I know that doesn't apply to everything, but for this it does, because when your next coworker comes in, you can be like, yay, we're working together. I'm so excited. Hey, can I make you can I grab you a soda or make you something? So while we get ready, we have a really great time. Keep the energy and also the conversation very positive. And then you can also talk about the next people coming in a positive way, of course. And when they come in, you can be like, yay, we're all working together. You can all have a great time, get your restaurant together, have some good conversation. When the guests come in, you can talk positively about that so that you start spreading your positivity. I love the law of attraction, and which just states if you're positive, you're gonna bring positive things to you. But of course, it also works the other way. So stay really positive at work, and if you're the first person in and you start some positivity, by the time you get really busy and all your colleagues get there, there's a fantastic vibe in your restaurant. And that's something that you can create from the very beginning. The next thing is just keep things really clean. When we have a clean surrounding, it makes us happy. So, go outside. If there's trash in front of your door, make sure to clean it up. Keep your bathrooms nice and clean. Keep the furniture dust-free. If you have a lot of knickknacks in your restaurant, make sure to keep those clean. Studies have shown that if you have a clean home or a clean workplace with not a lot of clutter and everything's put away in the right spot, it does create more happiness. And little by little, you can also create that when you're at work. Another thing you can do is just be real attentive to what your other colleagues are doing. For example, if you go through a door, look behind you to see if you can keep a door open for your colleague, or if they're carrying a bunch of beer or whatever it is, run over, open the door for them. Spend a little extra energy to show your colleague that you really want to help them in some way. Look at your colleague. How could you help them out? Could you help clean an extra table, or maybe take some empty bottles off, or just go by and wish the guests, a good time, or to enjoy their food, and help your colleague just a little bit to catch up in some places. You're going to get it back at some time. I also really like when you can see a colleague that's been working very hard. If you're this type of restaurant where you can give, maybe the person in the section next to you and say, hey, I can see you've really been busting some butt here. Would you like to take a break? I'll be happy to cover your section for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So you can kind of take a renewal break so you're refreshed when you come back on. That's gonna come right back to you too as well. Something else in the restaurant business that happens is because we all get our shifts for, maybe a couple weeks or a month at a time. And there's that one special date when you're thinking, oh, I really wanted to go to that dinner party, or it's my friend's birthday, or I have a wedding to go to, and your shift is landing on that day. At some point, we all need to shift out a shift with somebody else. And one of the best ways is just to take shifts from other people and help them, because then that's kind of loading up shifts in the bank for you, so that when you need to get a shift covered, you have already helped somebody else, and usually they'll be likely to help you take that shift as well. Also, if you have someone working in the pot wash, these people, they're kind of working alone sometimes. And it is a little bit lonely back there, and people go back there and just throw their dishes there, and then the pot wash person, they have to, clean it. And sometimes at some point when it happens over and over again, they kind of feel like, I just take everybody else's crud, hey, be the person when you go back there with your dishes or your glasses or whatever that you're dumping back there. Every time you go back there, say, hey, thank you, or ask, hey, how are you doing? Or can I bring you something to drink? Or, have a little conversation and stay up with this person and give them some positive energy. I hear this saying, it says, you're never an energy neutral person. You're always either giving energy or you're an energy sucker. So don't be an energy sucker and be really good friends with those people that are washing your dishes, because I'm glad that they're actually doing it. And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to find a person that wants to do this. So make it a job that people want to have and make their job also fun. What I like is sometimes after the restaurant closes, we all can have a beer together or something like that. Don't just sit and talk to the people in your little huddles and your little cliques of the people that you find friends. Try to make friends with somebody on another, section in your restaurant. Like if you're a waiter, be friends with and sit down and ask the runner or the pot wash person if they want to have a beer, or maybe someone from the kitchen. I think that a lot of times the front of house, the waiters, and then also the back of house and the kitchen are very, very separated. And you know what? We all are working as a team for one goal, and that is to give a really good experience for our guests so they keep coming in so we can keep this restaurant alive. I think we should be better to make friends on both sides so that we can work to better. I think that we should become better friends on all different sides of all the different positions in the restaurant so that we can work better together. And if you end up having a beer with them and you end up being, a good friend to them, next time you have a challenge and your food is burnt and you're thinking, I don't want to take this down to the table, I need something that's not burnt, you might have a better, more positive, more effective conversation with that person in the kitchen, and they'll be like, you know what, I really like you, I trust you, and you know what, it is burnt. I would love to make that over. Please tell your guests it's going to take a couple extra minutes. We're putting some extra love into this dish and it'll be right out in a moment. Another thing is staying busy for your colleagues. Sometimes people are really good at just walking around the restaurant and looking like they're busy, but try to find something to do that actually adds collectively to your restaurant. You can always carry around a little cloth and clean different areas. Things get dirty all the time. Looking under tables, looking under your colleagues' tables, maybe picking up some French fries or whatever fell down there, and help each other. Because the thing that could actually wreck a little bit of the team spirit is if you are looked at as the lazy person. And we don't want to be the lazy person, we want to be the energy giver. So always try to find out how you can stay busy in an effective way that helps everybody in the restaurant. And one of the other things is, let's say you have a restaurant that's open for lunch and dinner. If it gets a little slow between lunch and dinner, that is sometimes the time you think, it's a little bit of a break here, we don't have to do so much. But I like the saying, prepare in the slow time for the go time. So before you take those breaks, make sure to stock up on everything that you'll need for the dinner shift so that when you get to the dinner shift, you don't get up to your service station and you're like, oh crud, now we're out of this, I don't have time to stock up on this. And then everyone gets behind. And also ask your colleagues if you can have help to do this. If you're a floor manager, please remember this is one of our jobs, to delegate these things so that our staff ends up having everything they need when they're on the shift so it runs super duper smooth. After the shift, if you're a floor manager, I think it's a great thing just to go around to all of the staff, thank them for their hard work for today. I really like the saying that treat your staff like they're volunteers and they don't have to come back tomorrow. Because you know what? They really don't have to come back tomorrow. There's a lot of restaurants out there and they can get a job somewhere else. And I think it's also a good idea from colleague to colleague to treat people in a great way. Let them know, hey, I can't wait to work with you again. And actually I was watching you today and I learned a little new trick from you that I'm going to try out. I hope you have a great evening, or I hope you have a great weekend until we see each other again, or whatever it might be, so that you show that you're looking forward to seeing them again and you're looking forward to working with them again. I think that it's so nice to wake up in the morning and think, I have to work this evening or whatever. But you know what? Someone said they couldn't wait to see me again tonight, or my boss also said to me, you did such a great job. You're such a contributor here. We can't wait to have you again on Friday. Hey, now I'm really motivated to look my best to go to work, to make sure that I'm energized and come with my positive attitude. Hey, if you like these tips, I have a lot more for you, also regarding different attitude points and also how to sell. So let's go out there and have an amazing week. I'm Ginny Mae, the Intergalactic Supreme Goddess of Guest Service, and thank you so much for watching my video. If you would like more tips and tricks on service, how to up your service game, click here. And please subscribe by pressing my face right here. And don't forget to ring the bell so that you get a new video notification every Waiters Weekend. Follow me on Instagram